Hello, Twin Flames. This is Victoria, and I'm here with your daily energy check. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you guys are having a great week. To those in the US who have celebrated Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Once again, I did a little post on my community board, but yeah, just wanted to say how much I appreciate you, all of you, your feedback, our collaboration together, and how much this is positively impacting my own journey. And is helping me be creative in my own lightworker mission. What else? Today is Black Friday, so it's kind of a different vibe to the day. It changed a little bit with the pandemic because for the most part, the sales, the events, they're not limited to like the Black Friday. It used to be like Black Friday is like one set of sales and events like for each brand, then the weekend is another set, and then Cyber Monday is another set. Now it kind of all blended, and with a lot of brands it also spread across the time, so it's almost like created this shopping week rush, right? So the Friday itself is not as much of a focus, but it still is, right? And I think I talked about it in my last video a little bit more about this collective energy that is creating when we are, for example, yesterday was a collective Thanksgiving energy. And yeah, I understand this is a US holiday, but still, even if you take the population of the United States, it's still a huge collective on the world scale, right? And of course, since, for example, for me, since I live here, it's even more impactful because it's happening all around me. Like I'm part of this collective, right? Like directly. So that's created a certain energy field for appreciation for that energy exchange. And not only with each other, like with people you know, but also with our ancestors, with our guides, with those people that we don't know, but we know they're doing an important work in this world, right? So yeah, it's an interesting vibe today. I would say it definitely changed. I would say because of everything that's going on in the world and all kinds of levels of economic crisis, it's a little bit different mood to the shopping spree this year than it usually is, right? Because people are trying to stock up for the future. Like it's more about like money saving in like managing your day-to-day activity and lifestyle rather than, okay, I'm gonna get more extravagant clothing or gadgets or something like that. It is that as well, but to a lot lesser extent. Plus, of course, a lot of us are still in a kind of semi-pandemic or pandemic mode where we don't lead as much of a social life as we used to. So our needs change, of course. It's all normal. I caught myself last year, and I can see that it's almost the same this year, that, you know, my priorities, my focuses for what I'm looking for what I'm hunting for, are so different. But the truth is that regardless of where you are and what those priorities are, this is the time where you are this is a intuitive time of retrospection, of you understanding what you need, right? Your needs and wants, right? They are in a more basic level, but still, right? You're like doing that analysis for yourself. Especially because most of us have limited budget that we can spend, right? So let's say you have a budget in mind and then you're considering, and there are so many ways to spend it and you can't buy everything. So of course you're starting to analyze, to compare, and to consider what is more important, what makes sense to buy now. So this creates additional kind of flow in the collective. Now in the worldwide collective, because this is now spread out around the world, of understanding what our needs are, what our priorities are, what our plans are even for the next at least like, I don't know, couple of months, 6 months, a year, right? Because a lot of the buy-ins, and it is like that for me. For example, my personal example, I'm going to Hawaii in January for a few months. So of course my needs are more focused towards what am I gonna need for my trip. And it's not like a vacation trip too, right? Like I'm actually gonna live there for a few months. So I'm gonna need quite a few things to have that lifestyle, right? Also, Hawaii is a kind of a different location than New York in terms of how easy it is to get everything you need like that. You know, you get spoiled with those things. So that's where I'm kind of leaning towards, and that's how I'm planning my binds with accordance to this plan, for example, right? And maybe you didn't have to plan before, but now you're starting to build it in your head, because now it's about money, right? Basically it starts costing a certain amount of money for you, right? So yeah, that was just something to kind of consider, and that's why today I want to actually make emphasis in the reading on what immediate values are the twins pursuing, right? And what kind of value they see in the connection. This, of course, is not going to be like just the practical side of it, it's going to be overall, but still it's about that. And considering that we have North Node in Taurus, actually, now that I'm saying it, it's another impact on the collective in that with that regards, right? So it's all kind of just gets like amplified. So I think it's very relevant. That's what I'm going to do. We'll pull some messages at the end, and I am going to start so that you don't think that I've gone too much into the practical and pragmatic aspect of it. I'm going to start with an angel therapy deck, so that's going to be my oracle deck for today, and I'm going to get guidance for divine feminine first of all, and then for divine masculine, then we'll proceed with the tarot. Did a little bit of Christmas decoration, because actually Thanksgiving weekend is when a lot of Americans put up their decorations for Christmas and New Year's. I have decorated my tree. It's like, I would say 95% done. I will post a picture, I promise, especially if I do the rest of the 5%. It's too big to kind of make it part of the background. I might do a reading or two just kind of with the tree behind me from a different place in my apartment. But for now, yeah, it's, let's just say decoration process is in progress. All right, you're profoundly clairvoyant. Wow, amazing, amazing. Trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as with your physical sight, for your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. So you're being divine feminines, you're being called to your clairvoyant abilities, and some of you will be developing new level of abilities or like recognizing those abilities. Others will be able to use it in more contexts, right? Maybe to be able to, I don't want to say control, but let's say control it more. Like, you know, like when you need it, you will be able to call for it, like to apply it, not just like suddenly you have a vision and then you're trying to understand what it means for your life. Let's see what we have for divine masculines. Archangel Raphael. The healing angel is with you, supporting your healing work. Beautiful, beautiful, excellent time for healing. And divine masculines watching, you can actually call on Archangel Raphael to help you facilitate that healing journey, whatever it means for you right now. Okay, so let's see what kind of value is divine feminine pursuing right now. What kind of values have been considered, are being in focus, or should be in focus with divine feminine, right? Because we're always focusing on the integrated feminine. Okay, we have 10 of Cups and 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh my God, this couldn't be clearer than that. Oh, this is amazing. What do we have for the masculines? What values are they pursuing? We have the Moon and the King of Wands. Yes, oh, so beautiful. Love this so much. And now, what kind of value do the twins see in the connection? That was fast. Magician. Oh my God, beautiful. You know what? I'm not even gonna go with the clarifications because I'm getting downloads and I want to get straight to the interpretation while I still have them coming and flowing. You know, sometimes you need to trust the cards and you don't need all those clarifiers. I actually have, because I've taken training from different readers through the years, and of course I've watched a lot of tarot, so I kind of know little bits and pieces of like individual style of a reader and what they pay attention to, why they do the spreads the way they do, all kinds of information. And there is one reader who mentioned that they don't like to pull clarifiers, at least not for all cards, maybe for some where they're not getting enough information intuitively, but they feel like if you're asking clarification for each of the cards, you're not trusting the guides who are helping you with the message, right? You're like double checking them, and that's already breaking the trust a little bit. So I'm just gonna go with the trust. So look at this divine feminine. You have the emotional fulfillment as your core value, as opposed to fulfillment from the job that you do, the career, the profile, the whatever. Well, I mean, this partly speaks towards the money that you make, but I'm hearing that it's even more towards having that reputation, that sort of title in the public eye, right? Like, it's a lot more important for you to be emotionally fulfilled than to have those external titles. Or if you're not in that space, then you should be. That's what you're being guided on your journey, to pay more attention to what fulfills your heart. What kind of people fulfill your heart? Who do you want to surround yourself with, right? In this deck, it actually has quite a few people. Usually it's about like me and my significant other, maybe our kids, but this actually shows more of a community spirit, right? But look how close those people are. They're all kind of like hugging each other. And this shows that how blended your energy gets with people around you. So it's super important. You can't just manifest your emotional fulfillment in isolation and then spend a lot of time with people who either do not match those values, or they have very low vibe, and they will be draining you, they will be pulling you down anyway, and there will always be like like see this labor, like when Sisyphus labor, when the guy is, it's from Greek mythology, where the guy is like rolling the big stone up the mountain. It's really hard work, and then of course the stone like rolls back down and keeps doing it every day, but basically there's no progress, right? Like you keep putting a lot of energy in it, but it has little outcome, or none really. Okay, for the masculines, we have the moon and king of wands. So the masculines are seeing value or looking for connection to their intuition and wisdom, right? So this is very much internal vibe that I'm getting here. Although king of wands could be about like the go-getter energy, but with the king, it's not so much about needing to do a lot. It's about knowing what exactly needs to be done in that situation. That's the wisdom part, right? That's the wise leader. The kings are the masters of the suite. So this is like, yeah, this is not worth my time. This I can delegate to somebody else. This we can put off for a couple of years. And this I definitely want to spend time on, right? It's like knowing what and how you want to do, not just like going for it. And the moon with its intuitive nature, and here we see the full moon, of course, showing you insights and enlightenments. This is like that connection to intuitive guidance, where divine masculines are they are seeing value in intuitive guidance rather than just following the external trends and looking like trying to keep up with the Jonases and all that stuff. So they are starting to see, like based on many precedents of how important this internal guidance is. And a lot of times the right answer is not the most obvious answer. And you can't really like, call a friend and ask them. They won't necessarily know, right? This is like nurturing that skill to be able to do it. Not just like happen to have that guidance from time to time, but understanding how to call on it when you need it. And then the value of the connection, the most beautiful part, actually connects all of the information we've had so far, is about being able to manifest happiness and what you want to see in your life, right? It's like, and I don't even mean that the twins have manifested, like that their relationship or the connection, right? I'm just calling it relationship because this is more about the 3D space now. It's not that the twins have already manifested like the relationship of their dreams with each other. No, that's not about that. This is the realization of how much this connection is encouraging them and empowering them to be a magician in their own life, so that they can well, they can be creative, they can accomplish a lot, and they can actually get connected to their true passion, right? To what they really want to go for, right? Like finding ways, finding inspiration, even learning from each other how to manifest what you want into your life, right? Manifesting what you want and trusting the God was providing what you need, right? Like that side of it. This is beautiful. It is beautiful that there is this realization that the journey, that's actually a big part of the dynamic. Let's get some messages from Divine Masculines to Divine Feminines. Okay. I meant what I said. I just wish things were different. And let me hold you. A bit of contradictory energy, it would seem, but actually what Divine Masculine is trying to say is that whatever looked strange, they didn't want it to be like that, for you to feel bad, Divine Feminines, or they didn't want to hurt you, if that's how it came across. But they did need to do what they, or to say what they said. And that's because, it's not because they wanted to offend you, but that's because they were trying to be authentic in following the divine guidance and the divine timing, right? And living through those karmic scenarios that they need to live through. And yes, on the 5D level, they still want to be close to you, they want to hug you, you know, they would love for things to be different. But they also understand that this is the divine path, and this is the, you know, there is certain karmic baggage that they need to work through before all of those things could be possible. So, as always, the rule is don't take anything personal, Divine Feminines watching. Let's see what we have from Divine Feminines. Okay. We have Let Me Have You. It's a different card. This was Let Me Hold You. This is Let Me Have You. I want to get you drunk, and I could be your hero, baby. So a little bit of a devil energy I see, a little bit of an addictional kind of codependent vibe that I'm getting here. But it's mostly because the feminine actually seeing the beauty and the love in here, right? And the mind, the brain is playing those tricks and is like trying to say, well, this person should be in your physical life then, or you should be together, you should be in a relationship, should be doing that, should be doing this, right? And the Divine Feminine is saying that I know that I'm your hero, basically, and I know that I could be, like I will be, basically, but yes, right now it seems like that's not what's accessible, so I can daydream, I can obsess maybe a little, work through those feelings and emotions, and I know that one day we will be together, that we will have each other, you know, we will be in each other's life in the way where, you know, we can share all of our experience and be there truly for each other in 3D space. But for now, it's more about still individually working through certain insecurities, certain codependency, and I'm getting a little bit of an urge, right? Like it's kind of like we need to move this faster, or we should have been further down the road by now, something like that. Like that. You know, from time to time, we get that feeling of urgency. Am I on track, or am I behind? Or are we behind, right? Are we behind because of my counterpart? No, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. So if that comes up for you, Divine Feminines, this is just a little signal that, you know, there's certain fear there, and there is certain healing that is necessary and that's available to you at this time. Okay, I hope this is good for you guys. Please don't forget to like the video. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.